Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Daily One Command. I'm Kathryn Perry, your host, and today we are talking about balance. Yeah, balance. This is one of those topics like the others where we think about commitment and courage. We hear this a lot, particularly if you are in the personal growth, holistic field. Like if you have interest, the topic always comes up with balance, and then there's this image of a person all by themselves. Like I look on my Adobe stock, Pixabay, all the like free picture sites, and when you look for balance, hey, well, we got rocks that are all alone. We've got someone doing yoga, someone doing a crazy pose, and they're all by themselves. Have you ever noticed that? And we have this idea that, hey, if I could just kind of get away from everything, if I could just kind of cut off some parts of me or some obligations or something, if I could just get to me, I would be okay. Anybody, does this resonate with you? Well, we're going to talk about balance today, and we have a particular lens that we're going to be looking through. And then I want to share with you how we could actually get information from our own greater self about what balance means, not just a definition in the dictionary, but what that would mean for you, what's stopping you, and how to get the right solution for you. Does that sound good? So we're going to look back at our wonderful Wayne Dyer, who wisely said this: getting in balance is not so much about adopting new strategies to change your behaviors as it is about realigning yourself in all of your thoughts so as to create balance between what you desire and how you conduct your life on a daily basis. I'm going to leave that up for just a second to just kind of take that in. It's not so much about adopting new strategies to change your behaviors. You ever do this where you go, this is it. I'm tired of feeling like crap. I'm tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of not having the things I want. So I'm going to start doing more. I'm so tired of being overwhelmed. So I'm going to start doing more stuff. I'm going to take a class. I'm going to start running or walking. I'm going to make sure I do time in meditating. But the solution for overwhelm or being overworked is not to add more stuff. We instinctively want to do that, and at the same time we instinctively want to pull away, and so our laundry piles up and the bills pile up, and we suddenly have no energy, and we find ourselves just wanting to lay around. And if I'm only talking about me, that's okay. But this sounds like you, let me know. And so what we're instinctively trying to do between all this more other stuff and nothing at all is find balance. That's all we're wanting to do. And we're naturally doing it. But when we think about being out of balance, we usually think about what's wrong, what we're doing wrong, and what we have no control over. Okay. And then that causes us to feel maybe powerless, maybe a little angry. Maybe we direct that anger inward, and maybe we get a little depressed. Maybe we feel like if we could catch up and push up and do more, then we would be good. Everything else would be good, right? Then we wouldn't feel this way. And we're just trying to figure it out in our ordinary mind. And intellectually, if you go, well, what do you need to do? Like if I were to ask you, hey, what do you need to do to be more in balance? You might say, well, I want to work a little less. I want to have a little more quiet time. I want to make sure I have time with my family. I want some time, to exercise. I want to have time to just explore and think. I want to have time to do things that I find enjoyable or meaningful. Well, and then you ask, well, what do you think you should do? Well, maybe if I got up about an hour earlier, and maybe I need to stop eating the crap food, and maybe if I, started a few more fruits and vegetables, yeah, that'd be good. Drink more water, sleep a little more. So I'll have to go to bed earlier, and then I could exercise a little more. And then guess what starts happening? It starts piling up. And then you go, well, if you know to do right, why aren't you doing it? And that's because your little, your I know what I ought to do is not in connection with your greater intelligence, your own I know. Okay, so we could think about it in which part of you is running the show. Okay, then we have all these influences outside of us telling us what success would look like and how we're doing and how we're stacking up. And then we got these other influences telling us what we have to be afraid of and worried about. And we're trying to balance that. And we're to go, well, if I could just get more, right? If I just work a little harder, throw myself out of balance for a while, then I'll get what I want, which is what a lot of business coaching says to do. And what I found is if there's something that I really feel like this is the right thing to do, there's the energy to do it, I'm completely engaged, and I don't feel stressed or pushed. I'm completely engaged, and there's this extra energy, and everything else starts aligning to it. But if I'm trying to push and make something happen, everything kind of starts collapsing in on me. Like suddenly, if it could go wrong, it goes wrong. Or I get extra sick. Right. I've been kind of struggling with some allergies or something the last few weeks. And but other things just kind of start getting more and more out of control. And so I'm trying to force something from my ego, not from my own greater intelligence, not from what I truly and authentically want to do and what I truly need to do to be happy. I caught a snippet of an interview with Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's a famous marketing guy. I mean, like everybody's, oh, it's the great Gary V, right? And he's really famous. This guy is bringing in like probably $1 million a month through his business and all of his business ventures and joint partnerships and books and programs. But his family business that he's a part of, he's a very highly sought after speaker. And so everybody's always like, how did you get to be so successful? What does success mean, Gary V? Tell us. And he says, you know what success is? He says it's waking up in the morning and smiling because you're thinking about your day and you're looking forward to it. That's what success is. And I think that there's something to that. Now, it would be easy to say, well, sure, Gary V, you're smiling because you're a multimillionaire. You don't have to worry about the stuff I worry about. And I would get a little resistant about gurus like Wayne Dyer. Go, yeah, Wayne, Mr. Multimillionaire, and everybody's throwing flowers at your feet all the time. And all you ever had to do is decide to write a book or give a speech, and you had the money, right? But before they got to be the great Gary V or the great Wayne or the great whoever, they had to meet something inside of themselves and decide what did they want their life to be. Every speaker came to that moment where they said, this is not who I am. Like if I'm thinking about, the great Bob Proctor. I'm listening to a lot of his stuff right now, and his protege of many years, David Neagle. Love both of these guys. And they both had to go through that point where they were out of balance, they were working too much, and they realized that there was more to life than what they were getting, but there was more of them that they could put into their life. They had something more to offer, that there was a greatness in them that wanted to express. So it's real easy to discount or go, well, you people don't understand my situation. It's different. That's a trick of your ego. Okay. And that's your fear talking, because our fear is that, hey, we're going to do all this stuff and nothing will change. Okay. The fear is that we're going to go through all this and we're going to find out maybe we aren't worthy, that we're not able. And then what will we do? So we kind of keep this hope and this idea of our good outside of ourselves rather than connecting to that greater good inside of ourselves. And it's not our fault. It's not your fault if you're trying to do all the right things, because You're doing what you've been taught to do. You're doing what you know to your best ability. You've been sold, like we're marketed to, like literally from the moment we open our eyes till we go to sleep at night, selling us on something, on some pain or problem or something that's wrong, real or imagined, so that we will buy, right? But we aren't really spending that same amount of time marketing to ourselves, selling a greater idea, convincing ourselves of what we're capable of. Okay. So this is your invitation to meet that greater part of yourself. So how can we do this? Okay. Now in the one command, and we go through the 6 steps of the one command. Let me get over to this section. Pardon me. And when we talk about the one command, if you haven't met me or this program before, the one command is a technique that was developed by the amazing Asara Lovejoy, my friend and mentor of many years. And she developed a 6-step process to help you connect into your own greater intelligence. Now, we both have backgrounds as hypnotherapists. And as a hypnotherapist, we would spend a lot of time taking ourselves to, so that we could disconnect from our ordinary waking self, and we would start relaxing and visualizing and start lowering the brainwave. And then from that state, we would start giving suggestions that the subconscious mind would accept. And you can do this even when you are doing self-hypnosis, right? You can take yourself and give yourself suggestions. This is beyond that. There's been a lot of studies, particularly with Elmer Green, who discovered, he was the guy who helped develop biofeedback, okay? And he discovered that the theta brainwave is the optimal brainwave for making massive change in your life rapidly. And so what Asara developed, and this was through some mapping, was a 6-step technique to take you instantly into that theta brainwave, to lower your brainwave so that you can start accepting these new ideas. But as you lower your brainwave, you start raising your vibration, because we hear that in law of attraction a lot, pardon me, to that which we desire. So this is how you would instantly raise your vibration to meet the thing that you desire. Okay. So in the 6 steps, you can go through this and you can ask for information to arrive. Now, today, I don't have a lot of commands, but here's what I would recommend. I'm going to get back over here, and here's how I think about it. And Asar tells a wonderful story about this, that when she was going through a period of when she said, there is something going on here. I can't identify this pattern. I don't know what it is. I've got to get it cleared up because it's stopping me. It's in my blind spot. And Asara was meditating on it, and she did a command. She went through the 6 steps. Like, I don't know how, whatever the block I have that is stopping my success, whatever it was she wanted at the time, I don't know how this block is revealed and healed. Okay, so I want you to remember that. I don't know how this block is revealed and healed in me. I only know it is now, and I am fulfilled. And that was pretty much, that's as far as she kind of got with it. Then she saw something. I don't know if she saw like a blog post or a video. I'm trying to remember if there was a conversation, and someone said, this is your dad programs. The place to look for this is in your dad programs. Oh, she had an astrology reading. That's it. And it was in her Saturn and all of that. So she said, okay, so I don't know how my dad programs I adapted or learned from my father, beliefs I have about myself and my power, about the rules of life. That's what we're talking about with dad programs. I don't know how that is healed and resolved. So the first one is revealed and healed, right? Then she said, once it was identified, I don't know how this is healed and resolved. Okay? So we aren't using static statements. We're meeting whatever the belief or idea is in the moment. Okay, so if you want to have this idea about, hey, I'm balanced and I don't know how I live a balanced life, I only know I am now and I am fulfilled. Then you might notice all these thoughts and opposition. Well, it's like, yeah, I can't be balanced as long as I'm dealing with my family. I can't be balanced long as I have all these bills. I can't be balanced with this job. I can't be balanced because my business. I can't be balanced because of my health. I can't be balanced because of anxiety. I can't be balanced. That's your resistance to being balanced. And that's the part of you is asking for help. So we go into our higher thinking, our greater intelligence. Okay? And so that's why you would say, well, I don't know how to be balanced. I don't actually know if I know what balance would be for me. Because your balance and my balance, very different. There might be some similarities, but I assure you, you will never find me out on a rock in Big Sur attempting to do a handstand. I am telling you, and if you find me out there, if my body is ever found out there, you know something happened to me and I was taken out there. Okay? You're not going to find me there. Would I be sitting out there? Might I walk out there? I might stand up and embrace or whatever, but no. Kathryn's not doing handstands. Okay? That's it. But for you, it might be, I'm stretching to find out what's in my body. And I just was one with nature and my body wanted to do the handstand. And I would be like, oh my God, that's so beautiful for you. Okay. All right. So I don't know what balance means for me. So then when we go through the 6 steps, you go, I don't know how to be balanced. I don't know what balance is. I only know I am. When we say I am, we're talking to your greater identity, not your small, fearful, resistant identity, not your pain in the past identity, but your true greater I am God identity. I only know I am now and I am fulfilled. So then when you have resistance, you go, well, I don't know how to be balanced and have, and earn money. I don't know how to be balanced with my job. I don't know how to be balanced with my family. I don't know how to be balanced, right? So I want to come back to the story with Asara real quick because I know we're mourning and we're going to get through this. But after Asara did those couple of commands, she got a phone call from a gentleman who said that he had been referred to her by their chiropractor. They had the same chiropractor. And he had been showing the chiropractor the work that he did. And he said, oh, you want to meet Asara Lovejoy. Now, Asara lived at the time on Whidbey Island, Washington. And if you want to go to Whidbey Island, it's about a 30-minute drive up from Seattle. Then you got to get on a ferry. And then, then there's a ferry ride back. You just don't pop over to Whidbey Island. And so it was about 4 p.m. He called and said, hey, I'd like to come by and show you this. And Asara said, well, I'm on Whidbey Island. Why don't you come by like on Tuesday? So he came on Tuesday and she still didn't quite know what he was doing there. But he said, well, I've invented this little machine and he explained, he showed all the knobs and it had something to do with using the electromagnetic power to connect into your power and raise your vibration. And he was showing how he was doing a lot of healing with that. And he said, well, is there something particular that you're working on? And it had something to do with angels. I have no idea who this person is. I have no idea how to get a hold of him or what the machine was or anything else. So please don't ask. But he said, is there anything you want to work on? She said, yeah, there's things with my dad programming. There's something up about my dad that's up for healing, and I can't get to it. I can't see what it is. And he turned on the machine, and he said, yep, there it is. And he said, just a moment. And he did a couple of little knob turning. And he took her through a meditation. And Asara said she instantly felt the shift. And he left. Thank you very much. Never saw him again. Now, the solution literally called to her and came to her door. And it came in a way that she could accept it. That was outside of her ordinary way of thinking or being. Some people love machinery. Asara is very much a nature person, very much power of your mind. She loves beauty and order, good food, good life, right? Good relationships. So machinery is not the place where she seeks her solution. But that's how it arrived for her. Now, what will arrive for you may be outside of your ordinary way of thinking or being, but will be perfect in the moment. Or it may be something where you realized it was there all along. So we're going to do commands today for whatever it is in you that in your thinking or your feeling state is keeping you out of balance. And you may not know what those thoughts are. There could be some beliefs or programs. There could be some inner positioning. It could be like a victim mentality that has kind of snuck in and you don't realize that it's running the show and it's keeping you separated from your power. Okay, it could be a poverty mindset. It could be just some beliefs that haven't been examined yet and need to be kind of reformatted and reintegrated there. We don't know. So let's come back to this idea. Getting in balance is not so much about adopting new strategies to change your behaviors as it is about realigning yourself and all your thoughts so as to create balance between what you desire and how you conduct your life on a daily basis. So your command could even be, I can't highlight this, but is, I don't know how I realign myself in all my thoughts so I can create balance between what I desire and how I conduct my life. Is this helpful to explain how these different ways that you can use this one command? Please be sure to post in the comments and let me know. And we're going to go through and we're going to do some of these commands today. So I want to just invite you to ground. Just close your eyes, take a couple of nice deep breaths. And just become present in the moment and just feel yourself being completely in your body. Wiggle your toes. Kind of settle yourself into your hips. Take another breath. Bringing your attention to your heart as you align to your purpose. And you connect in to the part of you that is always balanced, that is always aligned. And you could even do a little silent command, like, I don't know how I align to my own inner balance. I only know I am now and I am fulfilled. Remember to breathe. The reason I have you breathe so much and hear me taking deep breaths is excitement is, a fear is excitement without breath. And so very often when we have an energy block, we have no breath around that. We need to bring in the air to help move that energy. And so that's why you hear me do deep breathing all the time. So just breathe into that natural alignment that is already within you. Another breath. Hold it and just let it go. Now I invite you to become aware of your connection to Source. Very lightly lift your chin up. Pull your shoulders back a bit where you're sitting up a bit better, but you're not straining. With your eyes closed, roll your eyes up as if you are looking up through the top of your head. Now, this mimics REM sleep, and already your brain waves are starting to lower. But we're already going from alpha into alpha theta. Beautiful. And I want to invite you to send your consciousness up this pole of light, up your connection to Source. And as you're going up, 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 in the distance, you may see a teeny pinprick of light. That is the plains of creation. Head towards that. And as you break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential here in the plains of creation, we're going to start making some commands and just mentally follow along. And you can add any that you like. And I just hold your eyes up for a moment, and I'll let you know when you can relax your eyes. I don't know how I live a balanced life. I only know I am balanced now, and I am fulfilled. And just let your eyes relax as that expands out to an idea even greater that serves more good. Now, if you wish to roll your eyes up again, you may, or to simply stay in this relaxed state. I don't know how I came to know and understand what balance means for me. I only know that I am living a balanced life now, and I am fulfilled. I don't know how I am aligning my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I only know I am living aligned to my inner balance now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how any blocks that are stopping me from being happy and balanced and my best self are revealed and healed in me. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how. As the block is revealed, the program or belief is revealed, it is instantly resolved. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. And we're just going to let all that go. We're going to let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good. Yeah, remember, take some nice deep breaths. Keep your eyes closed for a moment, because now just start to receive with gratitude this direct download from Source, this new greater state of being of balance. And it's going to be easy to let go of what no longer serves you and start adopting the right behaviors, the things that you truly want to do, and the things you need to do to maintain the right balance in your life. And we're just going to let these old ideas, these old ways, everything that no longer serves you, we're just going to let it go. At whatever level you're holding it at, just let it go, let it unwind, unwind, unwind. And as these new ideas start to rewind, and integrate, you might tap on your forehead just slightly there on the third eye, because what's happening is this is shifting some things right there in your frontal lobe. There we go. Your beautiful reticular activating system is getting some new information, a new download on what to look for, what to bring your attention to. And now just do a little internal check before you open your eyes. Check in. When you think about balance and being balanced, what is right for you? What's something you can let go of? And what's something you now can embrace and start doing because it's right for you? I would encourage you to be sure and write down whatever comes up for you today. Pay attention to this one. This is a big one. Okay? Now, I don't know if you've noticed that we've been building on something this week where we start like, yeah, I'm bold, I'm blessed, I'm brilliant. Today's about balanced. And all of these are working together to put you into an optimal state of creation so that you have that space within so that you can attract, create, or manifest whatever you desire. We have to have some internal space to create. And as you come into greater balance, this is going to allow you to create a greater space by your command so your manifestations happen a lot faster. And then as you start committing your actions and making decisions and going forward, then you are going to be able to do so in confidence. Because what stops a lot of people is like, yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know, I barely have energy to do what I want now. How they can't even allow themselves to think about making any changes, even positive ones. Okay, and so all of this is to give you a greater inner, kind of like inner toolkit and more resources so that tomorrow when we do our commanding cashathon that we do every Friday, you're going to be bringing more to the table and more of your greater power. Okay, and then you're going to have greater capacity to start manifesting and seeing those results instantly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If I can be of any help, please be sure and connect with me. I work with people one-on-one on exactly all of these issues, on what's hidden. Let's get clarity on what you want, what's stopping you, what tools, resources you need, what is your thinking, all of that, developing strategies. And if there's any way I could be of any help, please let me know. It starts with a free conversation. And a lot of people get a lot of comfort and clarity just from that free conversation. So if I could be of any help, please be sure and let me know. All right, my loves. Until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye-bye.